Brainer. The trick is not to overpay for it. Here are the facts. The average price of a vehicle protection plan is $2,800, while the price of a TOCO warranty vehicle protection plan for most vehicles is just $1,500. The average down payment on a vehicle protection plan is $299. With TOCO warranty, there's no down payment. The average monthly payment on a vehicle protection plan is more than $160 a month. With TOCO, the average monthly payment is just $49. To get a highly rated vehicle protection plan at a great low rate, call TOCO Warranty at 1-800-987-1519. That's 1-800-987-1519. Terms and conditions apply.
To Jeff Norton, live from Florida's Nature Coast.
That is right. We are back at the top of the hour. Good morning to you. Top of the morning to you. It is 7:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have to get to work by 8, you're late. Not really. It depends on where you guys live. You know, one of the things I love about being where we're at in Florida is that a traffic jam is when you have two cars on the road at the same time around here. It's incredible, incredible. And I won't tell you, well, we tell you where we're at. We're at Nature Coast. It's not Nature's Coast. I had someone email me the other day and try to tell me where I live. They said, you live at the Nature's Coast. It's like, no, it's Nature Coast, part of Florida. That's on the west side, Gulf side of the coast. Not as romantic as the east side, the Atlantic side. It's the west side. It's awesome fishing, though. Hey, big shout out. Happy birthday to Doris Day. She is 95. Wayne Newton turns 75. Alec Baldwin turns 59. Hyde Park Pierce, which was on Frasier, turns 58. Eddie Murphy is 56. 56. Jeannie Garth is 45. Adam Scott of Parks and Recreation fame is 44. Kobe Smulders, Marvel Universe and How I Met Your Mother is 35. Happy birthday, you guys. If you're having a birthday, happy birthday to you too. I'd sing you the happy birthday song, but we'd have to pay royalties on it. Can't do it. I think actually this year they said that you can sing the happy birthday song now and not have to pay royalties. You can do that. Have you ever noticed that when someone is on a birthday, that's why they don't do it on newscasts or anything. They don't sing happy birthday or they don't play the happy birthday song. You know, happy birthday to you. They don't do that because you have to pay royalties on it. And the family that owns those royalties will demand it. They're probably one of the most, I want to say critical. They do. They go after you if you don't pay them. The number one movie this weekend at the box office was Boss Baby. Boss Baby. I'll have to look that one up. I didn't know. Boss Baby. I was going to go watch Beauty and the Beast. I saw that and I was like, wow, that's incredible. But I don't like the politics. I don't want to go somewhere and political, and I know a lot of people, Have you not noticed now every show has to have an LBGQXYZRRFDABCDEFGHIJK person in it? People. Every show. It's kind of like we're overcompensating. All right, we know, guys, there are gay people out there. Call them what they are. They're gay. There are gay people out there. Who cares? Who cares? But every show. And Beauty and the Beast is, no different. They had to do it, had to appeal to that segment of society. I actually believe, they didn't need to throw in. They didn't need to change the story. They didn't need to throw in a LBGYXYZABCDFG character. I mean, come on. If you're not going, look, I am definitely not gay. Definitely not gay. I'll go see it, but I will tell you. I mean, think about the movie. I mean, that there's a pretty good chance that Beauty and the Beast is going to attract that segment of society, right? Well, I think it's a great story. It doesn't matter what your sexual preferences are, what you do in the bedroom, and who you do it with, right? I just think it was uncalled for. So I was looking forward to it. I'll go watch it when it comes out on Blu-ray or something. I'll watch it here at the house. It's not one that I'm looking forward to it, but it's not one that I just have to go to the movie theater and see. Hey, Major League Baseball is back. This is a question for you. So how many hot dogs will baseball fans eat at the ballpark this season? Think about that. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. How many hot dogs will baseball fans eat at the ballpark this season? That was one thing I do miss about not being in Chicago. Going to Portillo's. Those in Chicago know Portillo's. Getting a Chicago dog. Oh my goodness. You have not had a hot dog? I love hot dogs. I pretty much like all food. But except the healthy kind. But when I went to Chicago, Chicago is known, Chicago pizza, right? Pies, pizza pies. Not a big fan. I have to kind of agree. I like the thin crust pizza. I mean, it's a novelty. I mean, there's something about eating one slice of pizza and being full. That's amazing. I have to give you that much. I will give Chicago that much. Literally, the Chicago pizza, if one slice of their deep dish usually will fill you up. You might be able to squeeze out number two. You will definitely squeeze out two. Number two. You will definitely squeeze out two. All this conversation's going south quick. I got to recover from this one. But no, you will probably be able to get two pieces. Maybe. So that in itself is novelty. It's novel. But I will tell you, Chicago hot dogs from Portillo's, Hebrew Nationals, they by far are the best hot dogs I've ever eaten in my life. By far. I will have to say, Chicago dog. Now in Florida, we have a place down the street we actually go to. It's about 30 miles away. I can't believe this. Here we are. We're talking about driving 30 miles to get a hot dog. Yeah, but they're good. They're the old Chicago. The guy that runs it was from Chicago. You get your little slice of pickle there. You get your dog and on your sesame seed bun. And then you get your little slice of pickle and then all the fixing with the relish and the hot little peppers. Oh, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. I know where I'm going today for lunch. So how many hot dogs do you think they're going to eat this year at the ballpark. Baseball, $5 for a hot dog. Buy one for a buck. I think Portillo's, it was like $3 a dog. Oh, I'm just thinking about it. Making me hungry. But yeah. Well, the answer is 26 million dogs. 26 million dogs will be eaten at the ballpark this year. 26 million. Actually, that number seems kind of low to me. If you think about it. It kind of does. I mean, how many baseball teams you got? You figure you got, 20 teams? I don't know. If you guys know the answer, give me a call. 402-858-1938. 402-858-1938. Let's say if you had 20 teams, so you got 20 games, each team plays about 100 games. So 20,000. Wait, you got 20 games or 20 teams, 100 games. So it's about 20,000. I'm just doing the rough math. So you got about 20,000 games, but you divide that in half because each one. So you got about 10,000 games are played each year, right? On 20. And then at each ballpark, you have roughly 40,000 fans, 50,000 fans. 26 million just seems kind of low. I don't know. But that's assuming that, but not everybody goes to the ballpark and eats hot dogs. They actually go to watch the game. I don't know. I like the hot dogs. And Cracker Jacks. I'm not a Cubs fan. I was a Cub fan. I was. There was a day in which I rooted for the Cubs. And I was a big Cubs fan for many years. And I will have to say, when the first place I lived in Chicago, when I moved to Chicago, I went through a corporate housing company that specialized in placing executives into housing and stuff. So I lived in a high rise right on Michigan Ave. And my next door neighbor, believe it or not, and the same company actually had a contract with the Bears and also the Cubs. It was cool. Needless to say, my next door neighbor was Kerry Woods. And then right down the hall, I had Brent Brown, right? Some Cub baseball players. And so, yeah, it was an awesome introduction to Chicago. I went to every home game there was for 2 years. It was incredible. I never paid a dime either, by the way. I always got tickets. Kerry, every time I got tickets from Kerry, it was always standing room only seats, right? And then whenever I got tickets from Brent and everything, I was sitting right there, literally right from the batter's box, about 3 rows up on the Cubs side. Brent always took care of me. Well, and when they traded them the Brewers and stuff, I was deeply, deeply disappointed. So, yeah, so I was a big Cubs fan. Sammy Sosa, those days and everything. I was a Cubs fan right up to the point in which Sammy got his $10 million contract to play the 1 year. And then they laid off about 1,000 people at the Chicago Tribune a couple days later. I just felt that was a priority problem. The Tribune, who owned the Cubs at the time, had the money to pay him $10 million, but didn't have the money to pay 1,000 people a job. So, have to draw the line somewhere. It's a priorities problem. I always say that. The problem is it's a priorities problem. They had a priorities problem. So that's when I stopped becoming a Cubs fan and started watching the Brewers. I'm not really a baseball fan anymore. I don't watch the baseball game. Yeah, I watched the World Series. Of course I was rooting for the Cubs. The World Series, awesome. But I don't want to jump back on that bandwagon because I don't want people to think I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I left them when they needed me the most as a fan. So I think it would be wrong for me to rejoin. But I'm not a big baseball fan. Baseball, most sports, if you think about it, except for football, is better live in the stands. in the stands. Now, I'll have to